What up? What up? This is George I. Cortright, and we are back. This is a Mad Week. Week 3, Season 4. Yeah, we've been doing this a lot. But we back, and we're enjoying it. And as you can see, without further delay, we got a first-timer to the show. Hey, first-timer.
Hi.
What's your name here?
My name is Etta James. Hi.
Etta James. Etta James. How do I know you, Etta James? How do you know me?
I know you because you my sister's son.
So I'm her sister's son. So this is my aunt, but she calls me her sister's son, like she doesn't even claim me. I'm your nephew.
What's up, nephew?
All right, what's up, Auntie?
Hey.
And we are back again. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. We live once again. Talk like Kanye. We live. And having a good time. I might have to shed this sweater because it's getting a little hot up in here. A little toasty. But thank you for coming out. I know you been hesitant.
Just a little bit.
Why you been hesitant?
Because I'm more of a behind the scenes kind of girl.
Behind the scenes? You want me to teach you how to do the production? Oh, that's behind the scenes, though. That's behind the scenes.
Yeah. Well, but nope.
Oh, okay. Wow. All right. I get you. But I want to say I appreciate you coming out, putting your fears aside and coming on and talking all this shit
with us. I figured you wasn't going to leave me the hell alone until I did it.
And I will leave you alone after this one. Until next time. Yes. All right. So, what we do right now is say what we've been doing since the last show. I'll start with you. What have you been doing? Little Miss Happy Thing over there.
I've been doing my favorite thing of all time.
And what's that?
Nothing. And I do it well. And
you do it well. She is a retired lady.
Yes, man.
Used to work for who?
State of Kansas.
How long were you working for them?
About 30 years.
30 years?
Yeah.
Now, was it in the same building that I always saw you in?
No, I started off in the one over on the right-hand side of the Capitol.
Okay.
And then after 17 years, I moved to one to the other side of the Capitol.
Okay. So she used to work for the Capitol building.
No, I worked by the Capitol.
Oh, I didn't work not the actual Capitol, no. But then what?
One side and on the other side in two different buildings.
All right, so what was that called?
The one was the Docking State Office building, and the other one was the Landon State Office building.
Okay, so she used to work for the state of Kansas for 30 years.
Yep.
All right, and she is retired now, so she does a whole bunch of nothing. So, one of these movies I'm gonna ask if you watch, because y'all stated last time I was over at the house, I asked, it came up about watching it, so we'll get to that in a minute. So you just been chill. Come on now, Auntie. I know what you did something on Monday.
Oh, we went to see this game.
Yes.
The Suns game. And they lost, but it was a nice game.
Yes, it was a pretty close game. Dropped my auntie and my mom off to the Phoenix Suns game. Suns played against the Spurs, and the Suns lost by, what, 1 point, 2 point?
3.
Oh, it was 3? But I had to go pick them up. But I was watching the end, like the little feed on ESPN to see, where it is. And I saw Ricky Rubio miss some free throws to tie it up with a few seconds left. So looked like a good game.
Yep, it was a good game.
See, I'm trying to turn them into Suns fans so we can at least have 2 Suns fans in the town here.
With your mama, I can go with the Suns. But your mama is a Spurs fan. She wasn't scared to holler for him, but she a Spurs fan.
Yeah, but that's been my fault. The 2 games that I've been taking you to have been against the Spurs. If I take y'all against somebody that's not the Spurs, maybe she'll root for the Suns.
Maybe.
Maybe she won't even want to go at all. I don't know. We shall find out. But yeah, so I know you've been doing that. I know you've been watching football. We'll get to that in a minute. But what have I been doing except for watching football? Not that much, really. Not that much. Still, life is a little dull right now, but it's gonna pick up. I know. It usually does. Actually, exciting thing happened. What was that, Saturday? I'm back on my hustle mode, and I used to do vacation rental management. I used to rent apartments and then sublease them, if you will, if that's what you want to call it, on Airbnb and VRBO to vacation renters. So I used to do that until punk ass motherfucking ex-football player just fucked it up for me. You know who you is. You ain't watching this, but I don't care. Fuck you and your son. I don't care. Alright. No, it makes me mad. It makes me mad.
Right there.
It makes me mad. But anyways, I'm back in my hustle mode. So I bought another home so I can put back out there. It is a nice home in Old Town Scottsdale, and it has a swimming pool.
Hey.
So it
Hey,
oh yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
I forgot to tell y'all.
Yeah, I
But
see
yeah.
how you do.
It has a swimming pool, but that's the only reason to get it, because it's walking distance from the first bar.
Ooh.
Like right there in Old Town Scottsdale. It's walking distance to the mall. It's like 5 blocks away from the San Francisco Giants spring training stadium.
Oh wow.
So if you're young, you got some young legs, you can walk.
And if you're old and you're an alcoholic, you can walk.
Old and alcoholic.
By the bar.
Oh, to the bar. I'm talking about for the spring training people.
Well,
That's five blocks away. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No matter who you is, you can walk to the bar. It's right there. And the mall, like I said, is I want to say about 3-4 blocks. About 3. No, it's closer to the mall than to the stadium. So that's about 3.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you've been to the Scottsdale Mall, the big one, the fancy one with the fancy stores. Yeah.
I didn't buy nothing, but I was there.
I ain't buy nothing either. But it was a mall. Yeah, you know where it is. So the theater. So anybody vacationing, holla at your boy. And we just gonna leave it at that. I hate I'll tell you, one of my pet peeves is when friends are introducing me to other people they know, some of their friends, and they be like, "Hey, I want to introduce you to my boy George."
All love is good love.
Like, my boy George. So,
Just got it, but
oh man, you late. But anyways, so getting that vacation rental, everything has to go through. Did the inspection on Wednesday. That was yesterday, or was it Tuesday? I don't know. I think it was Wednesday. But everything looked like it's gonna go. Gonna get the paperwork going, get everything going, so I can get back on my hustle, make that extra money. Make that extra money, especially in time for spring training, which is March. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of renovating prior to that, so hopefully mid-February, everything will get done. My contractor says it's only gonna take a couple days to get the new bathtub in there, and get some new carpet. Should only take a little bit.
I think y'all let me and I are going to check out the pool, try it out, make sure it's all right.
Well, y'all gonna have enough time to do that.
Yeah.
Because right now it's about that money.
All right.
It's about that money.
Yeah,
but
we can go with that.
It's about that money. February, March, April, when it gets a little bit hotter.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some free days, and as long as y'all clean up behind yourself, it's free range if the schedule's good.
Okay.
If the schedule's open, free range. Just clean up, like leave it like you found it.
We can do that.
All right.
Always.
So, besides that, what else has been going on? Went to some movies. Went and saw some movies Friday night. Oh, shit. I forgot to put the picture because it was me and a bunch of homies when we took a picture. It was a total of 11 of us, and we went and saw Bad Boys for Life. So I wanted my sister to go so we can actually have a back and forth.
Yeah.
But you gonna put the picture up? Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go, girl. I get it. You go, girl. Yeah, Martin. But anyways. Did you get that one on time? All right.
Yes, I got it.
All right. So when saw Bad Boys for Life. Now, I'm a big fan of the whole franchise Bad Boys. Bad Boys 1 was a classic. Yeah. Bad Boys 2 to me was better. They knew what they were working with. They knew how to do it. It was a little bit longer, action, comedy. And one of the best scenes in probably all of cinema is when the kid goes and picks up Martin's daughter and Reggie, like at the door. One of the best scenes in all movie history. So I was excited, and maybe I was expecting a lot more. But although it was great, it was a great movie, but out of the three, it was the lesser of the three.
Really?
Probably because everybody expecting so much from it.
Yeah, and that's why I said I was expecting a lot from it. And not to say that it wasn't good, because it was good. They were able to throw like different stories in, like, oh, okay, all right, there's different stories, different ways. There was still a bunch of action. They didn't try to make Martin and Will do too much because they've aged.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they've aged.
They're older.
They've aged. So, and they played that, the age played out in the movie itself as well. But the action, the comedy was cool. It just didn't give me the same thing. You know, it is, they're older, so they're not doing as much, and it's not as exciting. And right here, this the old picture. Did you put the new picture up?
No.
And one of the things that they did, I found out it wasn't the same director, but this. Oh, put that one up. This is from Bad Boys 1, and the next one is something I think they just wanted to try to recreate that moment, that Bad Boy 1 moment
like
in
they
this.
Smell something static.
Yeah, well, in each one you see they looking off kitty corner, and Martin is got his head up in there. So go back to the first one. The
old one.
The old one. See, looking kitty corner, Martin up in the air, and there was
they ain't showing all them abs and stuff.
Oh well,
they ain't showing.
They ain't showing nothing but
the stank face.
Yeah, but there were several moments that, you know, as a fan of at least all the previous ones, that I noticed they tried recreating some spots. So it was noticeable. I noticed, I got that. It was like, found out it wasn't the same director as the first two. So that was like, And then the thing that I was talking to some other people on Sunday about is that what brings it down a little bit more for me on this movie is that Martin Lawrence is pretty fat in this one.
Yeah, Martin Lawrence is pretty fat.
I'm a fan of Martin, like all that stuff, but he was pretty fat in this one, and it showed. His acting came with some weight, and you could tell. It's like, you know, like in one of the scenes, he's like this in the car, and it's just like you're holding yourself like a fat person. You know, Martin in general is just like a physical comedian. Yeah. So, and when he's physical, it's all about timing and shit. He's slower because he's fatter, so it wasn't the same right there. So, as a fan of the old ones, a fan of Martin, that kind of distracted me, his weight and all that stuff. So that got to me a little bit, but nonetheless, it's a good movie. Made $62.5 million in just the weekend, like the weekend or whatever, top movie of the weekend.
Yeah.
But like I said, I went with 11 people on Friday. And majority of people said the same thing as I did, that best to worst, it was 2, 1, 3 being the worst. But it's still a good movie.
And you heard that they're making another one.
Oh yeah, and yeah.
Seriously?
Oh yeah,
they're making another one.
Yeah,
It's
it's either gonna be another Bad Boys or it's gonna be a spinoff from something else that happens almost after credit, after the initial credit. It was like a Marvel type thing where they came back and did a little something, and then everybody that left the theater is like, oh, there's another one. There's another one. Yeah. So it's still interesting. The story, like I said, is unique to what you wouldn't think this is. The Bad Boys. It was something left field. They brought back some other stuff to try to catch it on that humor, and it hit and miss, whatever. But still a good movie. Go watch it.
Okay.
You gonna wait until it comes on Netflix or whatever and watch it?
I'm gonna go with Ira.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Make sure. Yeah, you heard her. Y'all heard her. Y'all heard her. All right.
They don't know if I go or not.
Well, we're gonna have a Ain't T update. That's what we're gonna do. Ain't T update on the movie. The next movie I went and saw, we tried to go see. My sister and I went to see Doolittle. On, what was that, Saturday? Saturday. It was like, hey, what you doing? Nothing. All right, middle of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Went to see Doolittle. My sister said she lasted about how many minutes in?
Probably 30 minutes, if that.
Probably about 30 minutes she lasted before she started. She fell asleep.
Look, this seat was so comfortable. It was a recliner, and it was just. Yeah.
It's once again. I'm always gonna promote this AMC theaters stub pass or rewards or whatever, because you can get up to 3 movies a week. For $20 a month. And then, we know how to hustle this popcorn thing. Yeah. So, but we went to one of the theaters where it had, there was one of the actual theaters inside the theater. Mm-hmm. Never went in. It was like a Dolby surround sound special one. Really nice. Never been into it. Real nice. So booked it, went into it. The seats were like the newest seats in the whole spot. The screen was like nice and clear. It was better, kind of better than the IMAX. Yeah, kind of better. Really nice. It was cool. Ira didn't last, and
you can recline your seats. Your feet come up. I mean, it's in this nice leather plush, and it's normally the theaters are cold. It was nice and comfortable in there. Mm-hmm.
So y'all know, I said I don't always stay awake in all the movies. It's a known thing here.
I wasn't the only one.
And I joined my sister in the
nappy nap.
Yeah, in the little nappy nap. So. Not to say that the movie wasn't good.
No, the movie was good.
The movie was cool. The movie was cool. It was directed.
Nice breakfast. We had a full board.
Yeah, it was directed towards children, and it was cool. I like Robert Downey Jr. It was cool.
I want to see it again to actually finish it. Yeah, it was actually a very good. It was a good movie.
It was cool. It was cool. It was cool.
It was a kid movie, but it was. Doolittle.
It was Doolittle. It was what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
But it was cool.
On another level.
What was that? I can't remember. Oh, the day that I dropped my auntie and my mom off to see the game, I took myself across the way to go see a movie. Now, this is a movie that I've heard a lot about. It's up for a bunch of Academy Awards. It's won some awards at the Golden Globes, I think. 1917. It's a war movie, World War I, I think. And I heard some things. I watched Jimmy Fallon's show. One of the actors was on there. and just heard a bunch of things about it. I was like, you know what? I got this pass. I can go see 3 movies. Might as well check it out. Plus, I could have sworn that Sam Mendes was director. Why is that important? Well,
I have no idea.
Sam Mendes was the director of the movie that got me on the big screen for the first time. And Away We Go as the bar patron when I walked back behind Maya Rudolph and John Krasinski. So, because of him, I was on the big screen for the first time. So, I went and supported him with this. And just so you know, I think my mom would like this movie. It was a damn good movie.
And it's not funny.
Not funny. No. It's not funny. No, my mom don't like funny. At least that's what she said. That's what she said. She liked
a war movie?
It's a war movie. But the thing with this one, what's so special about this one is they make it like it's like one long scene. Like the way they filmed it is like this right here. The camera is just following this person on around for the whole movie. Wow. So that's badass. Me, I knew that's what they were trying to do. So being that I've been in movies, know some of the movie magic, I do some editing at my own place. I look for the spots where they could sneak it, cut, and edit it. So I was doing that most of the time. But the story's cool, and it kept you on the edge of your feet from the get-go. It wasn't a whole bunch of killing and blasting. There's a little bit of killing here's and there's. But just it still got you because you didn't know what was coming next. Like, was it enemy over the hill? Was it just a dead body with a rat crawling across it? Are they gonna fall into a hole or whatever? What's gonna happen? It had you anticipating the whole time. It was a good movie. That was 1917. Like I said, Bad Boys for Life made $62 million, and Doolittle, I think it might be hurting. It only brought in like 21.8 million because 1917 brought in 22 million, and that's on its 4th week.
Whoa!
So it made more on its 4th week than Doolittle did on its 1st week, which shouldn't happen. But 1917 got that whole buzz because the Academy Awards, like, up for Academy Award. Ooh, I want to go see it now.
Yeah.
I want to go. Yeah. Usually people that's going to go see that movie ain't going to be talking like, I'm going to go see it now. ain't those type of people. And another movie I want to throw out there that I did watch because all the buzz was A Fall from Grace. This is the Tyler Perry movie that was made for Netflix.
Yes.
This the one I was saying that your sister told you to watch. Did you guys watch it? Come on.
I watched it. I didn't even know that they were supposed to watch it. But
your sister called you the day she watched it.
No, she didn't call me. She called your mother. She didn't call me.
But you know about it.
Yeah.
And she said, y'all need to watch this.
Yeah.
But you didn't watch it.
No.
All right. So, Fall from Grace. This is a Tyler Perry movie that was made specifically for Netflix. Tyler Perry is getting money from all over the goddamn place. Yes. Much respect. Much respect. But he made this one specifically for Netflix for that deal, and it was decent. It had some ups and downs. Felicia Rashad was in it. Cicely Tyson. I didn't realize it until almost the end that it was her.
Really?
Yeah, because you barely saw her
until
the end.
I'm with you on that one. I really didn't realize it was her until you were actually see her.
Yeah, because I heard that she's supposed to be in it, and then forgot, and then at the end it's like, no, I wasn't looking for her, I just forgot, and then it's like, that's
There she go.
Yeah, there she is. It was cool.
Yeah.
I can't tell you too much. I don't want to give it away. And it's still early. It just came out on Friday, I think. Yes. So don't want to spoil it.
Watch it.
Definitely watch it. Support Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
But I will say, it's a Tyler Perry movie, and it looked like a low budget Tyler Perry movie.
Which shouldn't.
Just the way it filmed, because I told my sister to watch Acrimony.
Yeah.
Did you?
I still haven't seen that.
You seen that?
I've seen that.
That looks like a big budget Tyler Perry movie. Right. You can tell the difference from the camera shots, camera scenes or whatever. But this one is a smaller budget Tyler Perry movie. And I heard, because the main person was on Jimmy Fallon, Brisha Webb, it took 5 days to shoot.
Oh,
no shit.
5 days.
Wow.
That's money on money on money. Tyler Perry. It takes you 5 minutes. Well, because you can do most 5 days.
But still,
5 days.
For him, it's 5 minutes.
Yeah. And not only he writes his scripts, he has his studio so he can film almost the whole thing there. So their money just right there, saving money there. And then, dude. So that's cool. 5 minutes to do that. But 5 days. Yeah, 5 days. My bad. I can't even edit this damn show in 5 minutes.
You ain't Tyler Perry.
Yeah, that's true. But one thing on a couple different podcasts that I listen to, one thing they keeps talking about though is the hair pieces that they use on there. Show Tyler Perry, like, wow. They could have did some better work on the hair pieces, and then the main character. I brought this one up.
He looked like Bobby Brown.
On that BET special.
But on this, hold up. On this, if you look at his hairline,
it's fake.
It seems like you can see the glue. It seems
not only that, I wouldn't say you can see the glue. I would say more like, you know how the men are now getting the airbrush or whatever you call it.
Oh yeah.
That would be more or less what I would say.
If you see, it looks like you could say it's just his gray coming in, but it looks more like glue because it ain't supposed to be gray since he's supposed to be a younger gentleman. Yeah. So yeah, that's glue. But anyways, go check it out. It's Tyler Perry. Support Tyler Perry.
Yes,
that's cool.
See that.
Yes.
All right, and I haven't got through the whole thing, but I've been watching the Leslie Jones Time Machine stand-up comedy.
Is that Netflix too?
Yep.
That is Netflix as well.
Yep.
Now I like me some Leslie Jones. She funny.
Yeah, she's funny.
This is pretty funny as well. But one thing I will say, she does yell a lot. Like this picture right here. That's her.
Yeah.
That's her.
You see a lot of screaming. Yeah.
You see a lot of screaming, but I just love her spirit, man.
Yeah.
It just seemed like she a good person. All that, she does the whole angry black person for comedic reasons type shit. I get it. I understand that because it can be funny. But it just seems like
she makes it work.
She makes it work. Yeah, not everybody makes it work.
Not really that angry black woman is that angry. How can you do this?
I feel so passionate about this.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's good. I love it.
It's cool.
I laughed all the way through.
I probably got like 10 minutes left or whatever. So watching that. So take a check out on some Leslie Jones Time Machine. All right. Now, let's go back to what else happened this weekend. Football, baby.
Football.
Dun, dun, dun. All right, please stop. What? Why do you do that?
I didn't do anything.
Oh, just X out top right hand corner of that. All right. So that's kind of racist that you do that. But
hey, but they do it at the Chiefs game.
Hey, that don't mean it's right.
No, okay.
That don't mean it's right. So can't. And she did it again. It's going off the screen. Hopefully I don't get dinged for it or anything. Kansas City beat the Tennessee Titans. Kansas City Chiefs is my auntie's team, and they are going to the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, baby.
To the Super Bowl.
They haven't been to the Super Bowl in 50 years.
So it's damn time.
It's about damn time. They're gonna.
I just think that would be in Hall.
Wouldn't he though?
Yes. My pops would have loved this moment.
Yes.
So R.I.P. Pops.
Well, we gonna holler enough for Pops.
Oh yeah. He's gonna be the angel in backfield.
So they win.
Yeah, he gonna be back there doing some things.
That's good.
Because they're gonna need all the help they can get. They're gonna be going against the San Francisco 49ers, who knocked off Kev's team, Green Bay Packers.
And he was not happy.
Oh no, he wasn't happy.
Oh, yeah.
He was talking about kicking us out. Early on in the fourth quarter.
He came in and turned the TV to some cartoons.
Yeah. He put on cartoons for the last couple minutes because he couldn't see.
Oh, wow.
Victory?
He said his baby need to watch TV.
And she wasn't even watching it.
Victory formation don't happen in my house, I think he said. One thing I want to take note of what was seen in that game while we was watching it over Cuz's house is Rob Lowe. This guy, I thought it was just me and my family just cracking jokes on him, but this was on media too. Rob Lowe was seen at the game with what on his hat? NFL. Not a team, not Green Bay, not the 49ers. NFL,
he didn't care who won.
The most generic ass thing.
Got no team.
Who are you rooting for? Sports.
Whoever wins.
You're rooting for your team?
Yep.
Yes, both of them. So that was fun. Like I said, I thought it was just us, just clowning, but no, that came on. I think Jimmy Fallon made fun of it. Oh, something weird did happen to me this week. I received a box of black sweatshirts. You see hear comedians, you talk to people, and it's like, what if somebody delivered the wrong thing to your house? What'd you do? I'm keeping it. That's their fault. You know, you hear that a lot. What did I do? I called that shit up because I wanted to make sure that shit wasn't on my credit card somewhere.
And not only that, but you gotta think it's black 12, black.
I think it was like 7 black sweatshirts in a pretty big box. About what?
Can you wear it?
I didn't look through all of them. It was like I possibly could. I don't know. Possibly could have gave them to Kira and her. She put something on whatever and decorate them. But I called the place and was like, "Hey, I got this box. What? Somebody mixed something up." Come to find out, I was like peeling off some of the stickers. It was all UPS fault. The labels on it said shipped to someplace in Florida.
Oh wow!
I didn't even pull the order receipt out because that said shipped to Florida. There was just one sticker on top of the box that said shipped to me, and it must have just been sitting next to the shit that was shipped to me. So UPS fucked that up. But people would be like, I would have kept that. It's like, man, no.
So what you need out of it?
And then they could possibly track that shit back to me and then say, hey, we know it was here. Yeah. And then try to charge me for the shit anyway? No. So they're going to be sending me something to ship it back. And it's like, whatever. I don't need that shit, no way.
Yeah.
And maybe they'll give me a free sweatshirt or something. I don't know. That's what I'm going to ask. Maybe not, but if not, whatever. At least I feel good about myself on this one.
Okay.
I ain't spiritual, but that might help me on something. God damn it. See, I need it for that.
You might get a step closer to heaven.
I might get a step closer. All right. Let's get into these stories. These are going to be all over the place. Let's do a follow-up, an update. We talked about your boy and mine, Antonio Brown. This motherfucker just can't stay out of the goddamn news.
Oh, no.
This dude is crazy. Alright, so last week he was throwing bags of dicks to baby mamas. Oh, don't look at me because you wasn't ready. Go push the folder button over there.
Nope,
she ain't messing up. But anyways, last week he was throwing bags of dicks at baby's mamas. Now he beating people up.
Wow.
So Antonio Brown has a warrant out for his arrest. Hollywood, Florida Police Department issued an arrest warrant for Antonio Brown on Wednesday. Did you hear about this?
No.
Are you serious?
No.
All right. Allegations that Brown and his trainer attacked a moving company truck driver near his home. He is charged with burglary with battery, which is a felony.
Wow.
And burglary.
And his trainer.
Yeah. Wow. Which is a felony, and burglary of an unoccupied conveyance and criminal mischief. Now, the trainer was already arrested on Tuesday and posted $20,000 bond. Well, what happened?
Yes.
All right. So, I think I researched this enough, so I can just get ready. All right. Ready. Ready. All right. So, Antonio Brown has some stuff coming to his house. This driver of a big ass truck, it's like a semi truck, had his stuff in the back, and he told, hey, you got to pay this drop fee, otherwise you don't get your shit. And Antonio Brown was like, I ain't paying shit. So dude started leaving. While he was leaving, Antonio Brown started throwing rocks at the truck.
Like that was going to
stop. Started throwing rocks at the truck. And then I guess Antonio Brown contacted the company and said, all right, I'll pay the $4,000.
Whoa!
So yeah, $4,000 for the drop fee or whatever.
What was he having dropped
I
in his
know
house?
that's right.
I'm going to say furniture, but it didn't state what it was.
But still,
$4,000.
I've never heard of
Me neither.
a drop fee. That's a hustle.
Hey.
That's a hustle.
Hey, it could be, it could not be, but if that's what it's supposed to be, if you knew that's what it was prior, if somebody said, hey, if you use my company, you're going to have to pay $4,000 to get it, and you say okay, then there ain't no way you don't pay that.
This is true.
No, ain't no ifs, ands, or buts.
I want to see
the shipping and drop off fee.
Exactly. Who ships something and then charge you to drop it off too? That don't make no sense.
Whatever it is, that's what the rule. That's what it was. The fee, the $4,000 fee, that was definite.
Oh my God.
Now I can see where you can say this on the second part. So, Antonio Brown agrees to pay for the $4,000 drop fee. The dude starts going back. Being that Antonio Brown threw rocks and shit. The dude said, all right, not only do you have to pay the $4,000, but you're going to have to pay damages for this truck.
Oh, whatever.
Please.
$800. And that's when Antonio Brown said, I'll pay the $4,000, but I ain't paying the rest. And that's when he forcibly got into the truck and started beating this dude's ass. So he started beating the dude's ass. His trainer gets the key out so he can go to the back
and get his stuff
and
out.
get the stuff out. They ended up damaging a bunch of shit, including shit that wasn't even Antonio Brown's. So the police were called and all that stuff. I don't know why Antonio Brown wasn't arrested at that time, but whatever. There's a warrant out for his arrest, and at the time of my research, he still had not been apprehended or turned himself in.
What a
But the driver said it seemed like he was high. He was smoking on something. So he was high.
He was throwing rocks at a truck.
Exactly.
But
he throws rocks at a truck.
Nonetheless, this guy is chemically imbalanced. There's some things wrong with him. He always in the news. And like, I did right. Some of the other shit, like sexual assault of Brittany Taylor, like way back when, back when he got kicked out of the Patriots, the sexual misconduct with the artist that was in his house, and then last week the baby mama drama. Dude, he trying to do a grievance for the NFL because they like fucked him over some money. It's like, hey, do you see what you doing? Do you see what you doing? I don't think you fucking up your chances.
Thank you. You don't need no money.
What do you think about Antonio Brown?
I think it sucked, but he's kind of, I guess he figured once he got kicked out of the NFL. He was going downhill anyway. So he might well have some fun.
Yeah.
But still, I think you losing more money now than anything.
Because his grievance is against the NFL or whatever, the Raiders and Patriots, and he's trying to win like $35 million.
Oh, you gonna get $35, dude?
Yeah, but if you doing this, this just shows your character.
Yeah.
So this ain't gonna help out your case.
It ain't their fault.
Exactly.
Something wrong.
Exactly. So last week was Odell with a warrant out for his arrest.
I know, and that was so stupid. Many times they pat each other on the ass in sports and crap, and he goes.
Once again, it was Odell. It was Odell.
That was stupid.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. See, I'm not the only one that thought that was stupid.
All right, but hey. All right. Speaking of football, Eli Manning is retiring. He retires after 16 seasons, all with the New York Giants, age 39. Every passing record in Giants history, 2 Super Bowl rings, 2 Super Bowl MVPs, one of 5 players with at least 2 Super Bowl MVPs. He was set to become a free agent, and he was like, fuck that, because he got benched anyway this year.
Last year.
So, he did get benched last year. He made over $250 million from NFL contracts alone.
Wow.
And he had different sponsors, sponsorships, DirecTV and such. Number 1 overall pick by San Diego, but you didn't know this? This was
I was doing. He was in the Giants. I didn't know he played nobody.
That's a lot of them though. They get picked up by somebody, but then they get traded as soon as they get picked up, and you never know really.
Yeah, I never knew this.
This draft was one of the controversial ones, and people weren't liking him because of this. He got picked by San Diego, and he was like, I ain't playing in San Diego.
Oops.
So they saw that, all right, this is gonna be a situation. So they just went ahead and traded him to the Giants, and he was with the Giants for his whole career.
Wow.
He did him proud.
He is 7th in passing yards for overall, so 7th. And this is supposed to be the worst Manning.
Yeah.
And he went 117 and 117 for a win-loss record.
Wow.
Cool.
Never missed a game for injury.
Wow.
So, salute.
Well, you should light his ass.
Wave goodbye, Eli. Wave goodbye. There we go. Speaking of waving goodbye, after 104 years, somebody else is waving goodbye.
Who?
Mr. Peanut. Mr. Peanut. Mr. Peanut is dead, y'all.
What?
Yes.
Who cracked the nut?
Per the Twitter account, the estate of Mr. Peanut, and per Super Bowl ad that has come out, the pre-Super Bowl ad, Mr. Peanut is dead. He died on this pre-Super Bowl ad.
Oh, wow.
It shows him in the car with Wesley Snipes.
What?
Oh, damn. Oh, no, I didn't. I didn't. Wesley Snipes and Matt Walsh. And that's what in the article, I was like, who the fuck is Matt Walsh? I was just finna say he's a major person on Veep and Reno 911. I recognize his face, and I went on his IMDb. He's on a lot of shit, but it's like, he's on a lot of shit. Just nothing that like you'd be like, oh, that dude. Oh, no. So they was in a van together. Mr. Peanut, Wesley Snipes, Mr. Peanut, Wesley Snipes, and Matt Walsh. They went over a cliff and was hanging from a branch on the side of the cliff. And Wesley tells Matt Walsh, just let go so I can live, pretty much. And he's like, no. And Matt Walsh was like, you let go. And he was like, no. And then Mr. Peanut just looks at him. Let go. Just let's go. So this is just supposed to be just marketing thing. You will see the funeral during the third quarter of the Super Bowl.
The Peanut gonna have a funeral.
Mr. Peanut, yes.
Okie dokie.
But he passed away at the age of 104 years old. Wow. And speaking of old as a motherfucker, Betty White turned 98 on January 17th. Yeah. Mr. Peanut was only 6 years older than Betty White. They might have dated. I don't know. They might have knocked the boots back in the 20s. I don't know.
Actually, Betty White is a very, very established woman.
Oh, yeah.
She was already doing films before they were doing films, producing, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
She has some credentials up under her.
Yes.
And I love her St. Ola stories. On
the
Golden Girls.
Oh, okay. All right. I wasn't into the Golden Girls like that. I watched a couple, but just didn't get into it. One thing, like I said, I watched Jimmy Fallon show. Quentin Tarantino was on Jimmy Fallon, and did you know he was on an episode of the Golden Girls as a Elvis impersonator?
There's a lot of people that had little bits still here and there on the Golden Girls.
Yeah. So
you go back, you're like, ooh wee, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Quentin Tarantino. Yes.
You know, he has a distinguishing face, though.
Yes. All right. Speaking, you said she was, Betty White was established. Well, somebody who's very established as well is my boy, Larry Fitzgerald.
All right.
Phoenix Cardinal coming back for the 17th year.
All right. Cool.
Definitely coming back for his 17th year, and, you know, more power to him. Yeah. But more so, he's making the news because Larry Fitzgerald just purchased a minority stake in the Phoenix Suns.
Whoa.
Yeah, so he's doing it up. He's giving back, doing something to the Phoenix community, and that's just gonna put a better brand on Suns. You know, he's been a great human and just a good athlete. You know, he ain't no Antonio goddamn Brown.
I like him.
You heard of Antonio Brown and all this shit. The absolute opposite is Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Did you put the picture of him and Devin Booker?
Yeah, it won't put.
Go. All right.
I've been trying, but
now Fitzgerald is age 36. He's a season ticket holder since 2005 of the Phoenix Suns. This was weird that I didn't even know. He is the second active NFL player with part ownership in the NBA.
Oh, wow.
Did you know there was another one?
No,
I didn't.
Aaron Rodgers with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh.
I didn't know that. I did not know that. See, that's why I do this show.
I know
You learned some new shit. Well, all right. Now you can go on Jeopardy and get your ass beat still. But hey, at least why don't you ask me about Aaron Rodgers and the Milwaukee Bucks? Just get all pissed.
No.
All right. So where do you want to go? All right, we still in sports, so let's talk about sports. All right. I want to say it was 2018. So on my show, I introduced the Philadelphia Flyers new mascot, Gritty.
Oh.
Yeah. Gritty is his name. Gritty be thy name.
Wow.
Well, allegedly, Gritty the mascot assaulted a 13-year-old boy. Man claims Gritty punched his son in the back as hard as he could during an exclusive event for season ticket holders in November. He went to the police after he was unable to come to an agreement with the Flyers owner. What he wants is an apology and medical bills paid. Medical bills? Yeah, that's what I said. Medical bills? Well,
how damn
he got a suit on. He formal right there. He got a suit on. I like that picture. That's why I got.
That's why he going to court.
That's what Gritty got to wear when he go to court.
Gritty gotta go to court. Gritty was in the delegation talking about, I'll pay the bills.
Exactly.
But I ain't apologizing.
Well, he said, hey, want an apology and medical bills paid. Well, the man states that his son, after going to the chiropractor about a week after the flare-up, this is what the article says. Okay. About a week after the flare-up, he went to the chiropractor and got diagnosed with contusion to lower thoracic spine with subluxation. There's this nurse that's supposed to be watching live, and she probably like, you fucked that all up. Yes, I did.
I'll help you say, nurse, he fucked that all
up. Thoracic spine with subluxation. I don't know these medical terms.
Don't know what the hell that means.
But that's what supposedly his son got diagnosed, and now he wants the medical bills paid for. By the way, the man states that Gritty took a running start before hitting his son.
What did he do to him?
In the back. So
he said, now what?
So right there, that's how he does.
Now on that picture that he might have did some damage. Because he looked straight out.
He looked crazy. Yeah.
He kind of crazy there.
The man says he discontinued the season tickets after 22 years and says the team tried to bribe him in an attempt to cover up the story with tickets and all you can drink at a bar in the stadium. I don't know. This kind of sounds like a bunch of bullshit.
What mascot is going to take a running start
and punch him as hard as he could in the butt. At 13 years old, so a little bit of a teenager.
No.
But yeah. But still,
what the hell did he do?
And then this happened. No, it's all right.
There was a back situation.
Once again, this is your child. This shit happened in November. You know there's possible money in this, and you already talked to the owners or the representatives of the team. You'd be like, hey, this happened. This is bullshit. I want to get paid now. Yeah. If you don't pay me now, this is gonna go to my lawyer, go to court. But this happened in November. You waited a while. You had to concoct your story.
You had to make.
Yeah, he would have got hurt somewhere else, and he figured we
get
paid on this.
He was a wrestler.
Yeah, football player. Something ain't right about this. Yeah. I stand behind Gritty. Put Gritty in the suit again.
Yeah, not the weird way.
Yeah. I stand behind Gritty.
We stand behind Gritty.
Team Gritty.
That's right.
We are Team Gritty over here. All All right. Once again, this is called A Mad Week, so we gotta throw some shit out here. This one, I heard about this one, and this is unfortunate. This shit ain't funny right here at all. All right. Mother accused of killing her 3 children in Phoenix.
I seen that.
Sang to her children as she smothered them to death.
Sang.
Yeah, Rachel Henry. And look at her. Look at it. She just looked crazy as
like she's singing to somebody in her head.
Yeah, it
all the people in there singing.
And it didn't say. Well, one of the news articles stated that she lost her mom recently, and that was a reason. But it just.
And she was 22 with 3 damn kids. They was 3, 2, and a baby. So that kind of drive anybody crazy.
She was 1, 3, and 6 months.
So they were little bitty kids.
Yeah.
Yes. Rachel was hearing things.
Rachel Henry was arrested on suspicion. Rachel, listen to this sentence. This is right from, and I had to write a word like what? Write it word for word because it just. Rachel Henry was arrested on suspicion of first-degree murder Monday after she admitted to killing kids. All right, where the fuck does suspicion come from?
Right.
Yeah.
Where's the suspicion? Yeah. All right, I understand that, different like movies you see. Hey, I'm gonna take the fall. Right. Somebody else might have did a cover up. Yeah. But where the fuck's the suspicion?
Yeah.
When she came and admitted that that's what happened. Rachel, age 22, lived with kids, dad, 30 years old, and aunt, 49 years old. Has had issues with meth, but was not under influence at the time of arrest on Monday.
I don't know. Y'all sure she wasn't
that's what they said. She wasn't under. All right, so
she had took a bunch the day before, and she had.
I don't know.
She still.
All right, so I read the article and read the whole sequence of things. You want? I'm gonna. It's a mad week, so I'm gonna do it. So, first she was choking the 1-year-old, and the 1-year-old was kicking. The 3-year-old was trying to get his mom off of the sibling. Was like punching her in the face and like trying to hit her. And this is all coming from Rachel. Rachel herself when she was telling the cops about this. So she realized that the child was passed when the child stopped kicking. And then so she chased down the 3-year-old. But prior to getting to the 3-year-old, the dad and aunt came home. So she ended up saying, hey, I need to grab 3-year-old and change his underwear or whatever. So she took him into the back room, and that's where she sat on the child and covered his mouth and took him out there.
She had issues.
And then she proceeded to grab the 6-month-old, gave the 6-month-old a bottle, put the 6-month-old to sleep, and then in the sleep smothered the 6-month-old. Wow. She ended up putting the children on the living room floor, laying next to each other like they were napping afterwards. This lady is fucking crazy, deranged.
And she was on something, or there's no way. This shit's sick. 3 children. 3 children. Exactly.
That's unfortunate.
No, the thing about it is to say that she was sitting there and one of the kids is trying to get you off the other one by beating on you.
Yes, once again, a 3-year-old.
Wow.
That has the sense enough to do such.
That know you killing his brother or sister or whatever it was.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. Yeah. It's unfortunate. A mad week, man. A mad week. This happened recently. Yeah. Possibly somewhere around here. It didn't say like the cross streets or anything, but this happened in Phoenix. Yeah. So that is unfortunate.
Like the dude that got boxed in by the cars.
What?
The dude that kidnapped the little girl. on the road.
Oh, you're telling me about this. When did that actually happen?
Was it a week ago or so?
Oh, you want to tell that story?
Sure. No, they were just talking about how that little girl was 6 years old, first, second grade. She was on her way home from school, and there was a car kind of like following her, and they put out the Amber Alert. And actually, it worked because there was people in their car on the phone. I did see that, yeah. Talking to them, giving them the descriptions and everything, and how they actually brought the cars to a standstill and caught the little guy with the little girl in the backseat of the car. So, it was like, what is the point? Stuff like that. What is the point of a trial and all that stuff?
Yeah, especially with this lady, she admitted to doing that with that guy being caught red-handed. What do we need to do with this? And let's get rid of these people who don't deserve to be on this earth with the rest of society. There's so many. There's so many people so many people that could use that help instead of giving money towards feeding, clothing, housing this person that doesn't need to be here. Know they did what they knew what they was doing and don't deserve it. They're sick. All right, if they're so sick that they shouldn't be amongst society, let's get rid of them. So that's where I feel. Some people are like, oh, you're not God to say who lives and dies. They chose if they were to live and die by doing acts like that. So that's on them. That's me. That's where I come from. That's me.
Because if they hadn't caught him, you probably would have did something to them. Exactly. She'd have been dead.
Well, did something or just groomed her into like this sex slave, human trafficking shit. That shit ain't right, man. That's the children. Both of those stories was to children. They innocent. You know what? Because I believe the children are our future.
Yes, they are.
Oh, you don't?
Yes, I
do. All right. I was just saying. Shoot. All right. This is a little fucked up right here. I was looking up one story and found this one by accident. Didn't hear this at all, but I was looking up one story, found this one. TSA apologizes to a Native American woman who was recently humiliated by an agent at the Minneapolis airport. All right, this lady, look at her. She ain't nothing wrong with her. Look at her. What did she do? What did she do? No, it's what the TSA. I said TSA apologizes to a Native American woman. All right, heading back to Bemidji, Minnesota. Bemidji is like in the top, that little peak up in Minnesota. Bemidji's up in the little peak in Minnesota, way up north.
It's so far you don't even know where it's at.
Yeah, it's like border of Canada almost. If not. So, heading back to Bemidji, Minnesota, after the Fire Drill Friday climate change rally in D.C., she comes back and has to go through the Minneapolis TSA security check. Well, one of the agents said she needed to pat down her braids. Can you pull the picture back again? She got braids. All right, I see it. It's a stretch, but it's all right. We gotta pat down your braids. Well, and then with the TSA, woman has to do the woman pat down, man have to do men pat down for all that stuff. The Native American woman says she pulled them behind my shoulders, laughed, and said, "Giddy up," as she snapped them like reins. That ain't funny. That shame on you. Shame.
I mean, it would have been funny if I seen it. It really ain't funny, but it's funny.
It's fucked up. That's what it is.
Yeah, it is.
That is fucked up.
It's fucked up, but it's just funny now. You see somebody get behind somebody's head and do like that, you wouldn't laugh.
I would. And then I was like, Hey, sister. I'll be your witness.
I'll be a witness too, but I'll still laugh.
Give me dinner. Let's take this up. Yeah. What's your name? We'll make this whole airport under your name.
Yeah, no, that is kind of
that's wrong. This a Native American. With the braids, the braids is part of their heritage and all that stuff, and they just disrespect.
Yes, it was.
Giddy up,
Giddy up. It was.
But that was a Native American.
She should have turned around and punched her in the face.
But no, you can't do that shit. You can't do that shit.
She wasn't supposed to do what she did.
You can't do that shit. No,
but she could do what she did.
She did, and guess what happened?
What?
TSA apologized.
That's it.
That's it. That's it. That is it.
I better pop it in the face.
Thank you.
That is it. I'm suing. Once again,
she probably will.
George I. Cortright International. Let's change the damn airport code to GIC. Now we're coming into GIC. That's what. But yeah. Exactly. So she showed some restraint. And yeah, that's just fucking wrong. Just in several different ways. Racially, just bullshit. Think about, she would have definitely got popped if it was a black lady.
Oh, yep.
Like, black lady don't even want you to touch the fucking hair.
Yeah, because I've had the TSAs kind of pat my...
I had braids too, and they all up in the head.
Yeah. So, no, that's just fucked up.
Yeah, but for them to do that,
that's just fucked up.
That was.
But it was funny.
No, that's just wrong. All right. We talked about we team gritty. We already said we team gritty because we just don't believe that dude. He just trying to get some money.
Yeah.
Team gritty right here. Well, there's another motherfucker out there that's just trying to get some money. There's a deaf man who sues Pornhub, which is a porn site. Deaf man sues Pornhub and other pornographic websites because he said he cannot enjoy video content without closed captioning.
Read the lips.
What?
Read lips.
Read lips.
Which ones?
Okay. My thing is, you need closed captioning
for porn.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what he said.
Well, they don't talk.
Thank you. So you need
some of them have stories. Some of them have stories.
Pass me a Kleenex over there, please.
I got my auntie crying over here. All right. Hooray for me.
Thank you.
Hooray for me. All right, but he said he tried watching different videos in October of 2019 and January of 2020, and he didn't have enough content. He said he tried watching Hot Step Aunt Babysits Disobedient Nephew.
Wait.
Hot Step Aunt Babysits Disobedient Nephew. No closed captioning. He tried watching Sexy Cop Gets Witnessed to Talk. No closed captioning. So he's suing Pornhub because there's not. This is a New York man, and the other pornographic websites, Pornhub, RedTube, and YouPorn. He says it violates the 1990 Americans with Disabilities Act.
Are you?
No. The claim that websites that prevent accessibility to deaf and hard of hearing individuals is a discriminatory act.
Wow. They don't talk in porn.
No.
Once again, there's like the setup story, the cliche pizza person. Who is it? It's your pizza.
I guess the cop does have to pull somebody over.
The cop was interrogating how he gonna know the story? They have to fall in love at some point.
Why she was being interrogated? Why she was interrogating him in the first place? What did he do?
Well, Pornhub president states that there is closed captioning content on our site. As a matter of fact, it have its own category. So what the fuck are you talking about?
He was in the wrong category.
You went under big breasts. You supposed to go to the closed caption. You went to the wrong category, man.
Wow.
But once the man is seeking compensatory damages, civil penalties, and fines against the sites.
No.
But like I said, we team Gritty, we team Pornhub, I guess. we team Gritty, we team Pornhub.
All right.
Cause guess what? This man has also sued Fox News, the New York Post, and other outlets alleging the similar violations. Wow. This motherfucker just
wants some money.
Yeah, he just hunted.
They have websites so you can just read a lot of their stuff.
Not this just a man that's trying to chase. It's like those people, like some of these people that's trying to take opportunities. Like there was wheelchair people that go to like different, roll around town trying to find somewhere that doesn't have wheelchair accessible, and then try to sue them just so they can get some money. It's an opportunist. That's all this motherfucker is, an opportunist.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Well, let's bring this up. Well, all right. Speaking of opportunists, I'm only gonna say this once and just say a little bit about this. Speaking of opportunists, impeachment trial started on Tuesday.
And took Young and the Rest off TV.
Oh, you still watch that?
Yes, I do. It ain't been over the last 2 days because of that bull.
All right, so Donald Trump, you're fucking up the Young and the Rest.
Yes, you
God damn it, you big baby. Damn it. All right. Oh, speaking of Donald Trump, let's talk about Kanye West. What just popped up? This is just a quick one. Kanye West and his stupid ass. Put the just solo Kanye West. Kanye West, stupid ass. So word is, and I guess this is an older story, but it's just popping up again, like recently, that Kanye West asked Danny McBride to play him in a movie of his life.
Are you kidding?
Who is
Danny McBride. This guy.
What?
Yeah.
How in the...
Is it dude from Pineapple Express?
Yes. Pineapple Express.
Seen that, but still, he would have been like Kanye.
He's been in a bunch of shit. He's been... But, yeah.
Well, the man, he's crazy anyway, so...
No.
Kanye West.
We don't expect too much from him. He support Trump.
Yeah. Kanye West.
He wore the MAGA hat.
He wore the MAGA hat.
So you know he crazy.
Kanye West too.
And he has breakfasts.
Is a big baby.
So,
and then trying to do some church stuff.
Yes. He's saved now. He's saved.
Yeah. He's still stupid.
All right. Speaking of being saved, how about you save time to eat this big ass Snickers? The world's largest Snicker.
Whoa.
4,700 pounds. That's 4,700 pounds. 2 feet high, 26 inches across.
Man, I'd be a Snickers heaven.
Man, who are you telling?
Snickers heaven.
You couldn't do shit because it'll be just one thing at a time because you wouldn't be able to get nougat or a peanut or anything at once. You'd just own chocolate for a couple days. You just own chocolate.
I'm good with that one.
All right, this is the size of 43,000 single Snickers, single size Snickers put together. 43,000 Snickers. This was made in the Mars Wrigley plant in Waco, Texas. Took a week to complete. Mars states this is a teaser to the Snickers Super Bowl commercial.
Woo.
And yes, it is absolutely edible.
Oh yeah.
That big old thing?
Yeah.
I wonder how much it costs.
Guinness World Record thing.
Yep.
But yeah, they said I forgot when it posted, but whenever it posted, it said somebody thought of it just 2 weeks prior.
Oh,
and then it took a week to actually construct. Yep.
Man.
Snickers.
What kind of nuts do they put in there?
It gotta be peanuts. Yeah, it's peanuts.
That's why Mr. Peanut Day.
Oh, my children.
If they put, like bags of peanuts or just peanut pieces or
not just they did it like it had to do like the Snickers. It's like whole peanuts, right?
Probably.
Yeah, just whole peanuts in there.
Goodness gracious.
Wow, they built it like
cut into that.
It probably ain't gonna get eaten. Just gonna sit somewhere, like in a museum or something. Yeah, and they got it. Yeah, it's pretty much a waste, but yeah.
Just because you can.
Yeah, just because you can. It's a World Guinness record.
Wow, that's a big ass Snickers.
Speaking of big ass and a lot, just overabundance of a good thing. Well, Princess Cruise Line, a ship just left New York, set sail on Monday on a 111-day voyage around the world.
Whoa.
670 guests, 375 crew members, 38 ports in 26 countries, 5 continents, which pisses me off. 5 continents. There's 7 continents on the Earth.
Yeah.
1 is Antarctica.
Yeah.
If you're taking 111 days, why can't you hit all other 6 of the continents? North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, because they're going to they're going to Melbourne, they're going to Thailand, they're going to South Africa.
I guess you figure where did they start at?
New York.
So you're hitting the U.S. So you're basically
or are they saying that just because you started in New York that doesn't count?
Yeah.
So North America.
You're already there.
They're already in North America. So
I don't know. Yeah. But anyways, this is $22,999 per person.
How much?
$22,999 per person. Pretty much $23,000. Pretty much 67 days at sea. Now, how many cruises have you gone on?
5. Getting ready to go number 6.
Go number 6. Yeah, I've done 6, and sometimes sea days are like, ugh. Just depends on how it's placed, and other times like, yeah, all right, just this a day to relax. Don't have to be fast paced and do like the excursions and shit. Yeah, exactly. So it'd be a relaxed day, but 67 days at sea.
Are they in a row, but they're not in a row, are they?
No.
No. Then you should be good.
No, but it's still 67 out of 111 days voyage. 67 are days at sea.
Yeah.
Now, this sounds like a lot, but Viking Cruises has an ultimate around the world voyage, 245 days, which costs $92,990.
Okay. All right.
That's crazy! And that's why this is a mad week.
Yes,
This has been a great show. Thank you, Auntie, for coming out. I appreciate you doing the show with me. I'll stop bugging you.
All right. That's all I need.
Until next time, I am George I. Cortright. Oh, I forgot to introduce my sister in the beginning. That is
IDC.
And this is
Etta James.
And this is a mad week. Thank you for watching. Come back, y'all. You heard? We out.